Guys, it's your girl, Ashley Kirkwood with the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, where we teach you how to start at the top of the speaking market instead of working your way up from the bottom. During this show, you will hear solo episodes from me, where I'll show you how I have landed and negotiated 5- and 6-figure speaking contracts and licensing deals. You'll also hear from our amazing guests who have grown enormous speaking businesses by utilizing sales and marketing principles that work. If you want to grow your speaking business, listen to this podcast, and then afterwards, head on over to ashleynicolekirkwood.shop and grab my book, Speak Your Way to Cash, How to Start at the Top of the Speaking Market instead of working your way up from the bottom. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Hey, y'all. What's up to the Speak Your Way to Cash family? It's Ashley Kirkwood back again with another podcast episode. But this time, guys, I am actually going to let you listen in to a live video that I recorded. Now, if you're listening to this live video on the podcast and you're like, I want to join your next live, I want to ask you questions, I want to be able to get feedback about my business, then you have to follow me on Instagram at The Ashley Nicole Show, and make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page, all right? Make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page because that's where I go live. I also sometimes go live in the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group, but enough about that. Even though you may have missed it live, you're about to hear it again. So listen into this live episode and let me know what you think. You can always send me an email to ashley@speakyourwaytocash.com. Let's listen in. Hello. So excited to be live with you guys today. We have a really fun topic. So we're going to be talking about how to land press for your business, Go ahead and do me a favor and make sure you are sharing this video far and wide. We have some really good content for you guys. I'm so excited to be before you. Let me start off by introducing myself. Hello, my name is Ashley Kirkwood, host of the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast. I also run a company called Speak Your Way to Cash, where we host a variety of events that help speakers, experts, thought leaders, and authors leverage their expertise into a 5- or 6-figure corporate offer and then sell that offer. All right. That's what we do here. So we love all things sales, press, media, things that help you grow your business. Okay. And I try my very best to always be 100% real with you guys about what it really takes to overcome. Okay. What it really takes to overcome the mindset blocks, what it takes to overcome the no's, what it takes to overcome rejection. Dealt with rejection this morning. No fun. Dealt with what it takes to overcome all those things. But today we're going to really talk about the role of press in your business, why you need to be leveraging it, and why you don't need to wait for these media outlets to acknowledge who you are. You can go out and get those opportunities for yourself. Okay. As a general rule, you won't hear me say too many times, just wait for them to come to you, wait for them to recognize your brilliance. I am really big on tell them who you are. I don't know if you all saw Black Panther, but there's like this part in the movie where he's like, tell them who you are. You know what I mean? That's what I'm big on. I'm big on y'all telling folks who you are. And the reason for that is not everyone is going to recognize your brilliance out the gate. For many people, they would love to work with you if they only knew who you were and what you're about. There is a fear of rejection. I believe that's what it comes from. There's a fear of rejection that keeps us from putting ourselves out there, going for opportunities we want. But in essence, what you're doing when you don't put yourself out there, when you're not pitching for opportunities, when you're not pitching for press, is you are stopping your ideal client from getting to know who you are and why you are trustworthy. So first up, I hope y'all got some notes. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of teaching today. And I'm going to read a little bit of the book, Speak Your Way to Cash book. If you do not already have it, go to speakyourwaytocash.com/buy book. And if you have a question, drop that question in the question box or drop it as a note if you're watching this live. All right, first off, why press? There's 3 reasons why you should get press. 3 reasons why you should be getting press. 1 is visibility. 2 is credibility, and 3 is leverage. Visibility, credibility, and leverage. And we're going to go through all 3 of those things: visibility, credibility, and leverage. So let's start with visibility. How many of you know, like if I'm going live right now, I'm live right now on Instagram, on Facebook, and we're streaming this also to the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast. Shout out to the podcast family. I appreciate you guys every week on Monday listening to the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast. Y'all are awesome. I read every single review. I love you guys for doing that. So shout out to the podcast fam. Like, I don't think I give y'all enough love. Shout out to the people on the podcast. So we're there. And through all those mediums, we may be able to reach 1,000 people. Like, maybe, right? Live. Right now, we're at about, 20, 30 people maybe live right now. And then we'll have some people who watch the replay. Our videos typically get a couple hundred views on the low end, but that's with me not doing a lot of promotion to the video. So that's a little bit of visibility, but it's not a ton. Now, when I was on NBC Chicago talking about the currency of confidence and the Speak Your Way to Cash book, instantly that received tens of thousands of views in my area. So like, which one gives you more visibility? So organic traffic is great. It's great for me to do this live video and connect with you all on a deep level, but y'all are watching this because you already know who I am. At some point, you are going to need tens of thousands of people to know who you are, because what happens is the more, and this is an affirmation that I have in my life, the more people that know about me, the more people will like me and want to work with me. That's just the affirmation. That affirmation counteracts the other negative thoughts, which are like, oh my gosh, if I put myself out there, they're going to talk about me. What if I'm not, like, they say the camera adds 10 pounds. What if it adds a little bit of weight? I don't know if I can do it. Can I really do this? Like, all of that negative stuff is counteracted by the belief system. The more people learn about me, the more people will love me. Thank you so much. So you want people to know about you, get acquainted with you, fall in love with you, and you need enough people to know about your business such that you're attracting the right people to you. So visibility is a big reason why you should be getting press. Visibility. You just want more eyes on your stuff. You need more people to know about who you are so that you can stay top of mind. There's a lot of talk right now about the recession, what's going on, whether or not people are going to stay in business. Some business owners aren't believing that their business will continue to grow during these times. Visibility helps. Because the other thing that happens when people get tight with money, or they think that there's something coming that may make them need to like hang on to their money with dear life, what happens is they're definitely not spending it with someone who they can't validate or verify. Okay? Like, you're doing a little bit more checking about who you spend your coins with at this point. So because of that, you want to be on these reputable media outlets. You want to be on the local news. You want to be on national news. You want to be featured in national publications. You want to be featured on large podcasts. You want to do that because when your clients Google you, which is what they're going to do, it will come up and verify that you are who you say you are, which leads to the second one, credibility. Credibility is incredibly important, especially right now when people are a lot more cautious about who they give their information to, privacy, and all the things. And to be clear, I don't say like people are tight with their money to scare you. I say that because as long as you are consistent, credible, and visible, you will rise above whatever challenges are coming. Let me say that again. As long as you are consistent, you are credible, you are visible, you'll rise above whatever challenges are coming. We've been here before, okay? What you cannot do, and this is what I saw some business owners do in the pandemic, you cannot, if you can avoid it, I understand not everyone can. There's always exceptions to everything, right? So don't be the person in my DMs like, but I had this one situation where I'm brick and mortar, and so, okay, look, exceptions to everything. Noted. What you cannot do is hide when the times are changing. Because what I know about who I work with, the executives that I coach, the folks that I work with in the various communities that I'm in, they are leaders, okay? Y'all got to lead from the front. Lead from the front. You can take breaks. You can do all of that, but you're going to need to have a real plan, a 6-figure press plan. That's the name of I don't even know what chapter it is in the book. Building a 6-figure press plan is the name of chapter 4 in the Speak Your Way to Cash book. You want to have a press plan that will help you to gain credibility and visibility. And welcome for everyone whose first time it is. I appreciate you joining us live. So you want to gain that for them. All right. So visibility and credibility is important. The third one is leverage. Here's a biggie. Now, if you've landed press before, put press in the chat. And if you've never landed press before, put no press in the chat. And by press, I mean, if you've been on TV or a podcast or printed media outlet of some kind. If you've landed press before, put press in the chat. Leverage is really important, okay? And what I mean by this is something that I used to do so bad. I would get this press feature. I've been in Forbes, we've done Black Enterprise, we've had a ton of press features, but I wouldn't initially leverage that media feature into additional opportunities. So I would get the feature and then it would be like, oh, that was great. Make one post on social. Everybody would comment, oh my gosh, Ashley, good job. Boop, 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 boop. And then that was it. You know what I mean? Like I did not leverage the opportunity to the absolute fullest. So what you want to do is you want to leverage your press feature so that you're able to get additional opportunities from it. Because I can tell you, after having done all the things, I've been on TV, been in the newspaper. I was on the cover of a local newspaper here. I've been in Crane Chicago Business. I've had an online Forbes feature. So I've done all that. I've done podcasts galore. When I first started my business, we were on podcasts like, I don't know. At one point, it was like I had 3-4 podcast interviews per week. We had to scale it back. I'm going to do a podcast, though, tomorrow, I believe. If not tonight. I got to double check. But I'm going to be on the Unscripted Leadership podcast soon. So you have to leverage it. What that means is repurposing the content. If you can, run ads to the content, circulate it to your audience, not once, but at least 5 or 6 times. Spread it out. Take a clip of it, make it into a reel, take another clip of it, make it into a post on Instagram, feature it as a blog post on a LinkedIn newsletter. Like there's so many ways that you can leverage press, but you absolutely need to leverage it. Why do I say you need to leverage it? Because getting it is only half the battle. For most media outlets outside of podcasts, I didn't make money from it until I leveraged it. And the people who are going to be most impressed with that press feature are going to be people who already know you, who've already been kind of thinking about working with you, but then they see you in a big feature and they're like, whoa, they're the real deal. Let me double down on them. Book a call, do whatever I got to do to actually get into their sphere. So you want to make sure you're leveraging that press feature. It's not just about getting it, but it's about how are you leveraging it in the marketplace. Okay. Now, I'm going to run through briefly the different types of media that you can have, and then we're going to go into what it looks like to actually get those features. So there's a couple of different types of media that we cover in the book. One is owned media. That's like social media content, stuff that you own yourself. The other is earned media. This would be like the Forbes feature that we've recently received, or not even recent, that was years ago, but like the television feature. We earned that media spot. I didn't pay for it. I pitched for it, which means once I emailed the producer and she accepted my pitch, but for the most recent TV feature we did, I'll actually tell you all how I got it. A year or so ago, I pitched NBC Chicago to go on during Women's History Month. I'm big on leveraging whatever month it is to fit yourself in that month. I'm a woman, women's history, let's go. So I emailed her a pitch to get on the air and talk about the currency of confidence and our upcoming book and what we're doing to help women land more speaking contracts. Because we have tons of highly successful women clients who've come in, worked with us in Speak Your Way to Cash, and went from I've never been paid to speak to now 50, 60, 70 plus $1,000 in speaking contracts. So I wanted to talk about how we're helping women make more money and own their power. That was a good segment for Women's History Month. Y'all, they were like, oh, this is great. We're going to bring you on. But they did not bring me on. But I was speaking at an event in Chicago on a panel with the founder of Mael Organics and a few other 7+ figure business owners in Chicago. It was like a 7-figure business panel or something like that. And I was speaking on that panel, and the producer of that segment happened to be in the audience. And she, in seeing me speak, was like, oh, wait, you've pitched us before. That's how I got on. Okay, so after she saw me speak, I went back to that same pitch, re-engaged with her and was like, hey, you saw me speak. You said that I could reach out to you and I could come in. I was on air within a couple weeks. So sometimes you may send a pitch, but it may not get picked up at that time. But if you follow up, if you stay consistent, and if you're doing what you say you do in the marketplace, they may loop back around to you. So don't let a no be like the be all end all. You can still do this. Okay. You can still do this. I've had so many times when someone tells me no, they're like, oh, it's not a good time, or we're going to look at other people, or, oh, it's too expensive, we're going to do whatever. They loop back around. And the truth is, guys, let me tell y'all, I'm going to tell y'all the truth about what you need to do in order to stand out in a crowded marketplace. You need to get so clear on why you ain't like everybody else that you are comfortable showing up fully in your power. Once you get very clear about who you are and who you ain't, it's going to be easier for you to show up as yourself and stand out. One of the difficult things about being in corporate America for so many of us is that they are looking for a cookie cutter person oftentimes. And if that's not you, you feel like a square peg trying to fit into like a round hole, and it's not good. But in entrepreneurship, I will tell you, everything that made me like Everything that someone has pointed out as a flaw at one point in my life is the very thing that I've leaned into for entrepreneurship, and it's been a hit. So being confident, talking, talking a lot. Like, anyone get talked too much in class? That is literally the thing that I do now for a living. I just talk, coach, speak, give advice. Don't be yourself. Be comfortable being yourself. And that's harder said than done when you're seeing so many other people. And sometimes you can feel like I need to copy or mimic what other people are doing. Or if she's doing it like this and winning, then I should do it like that and win. Really, be you. Your ideas are so unique and creative. Share those. Your viewpoints aren't like the viewpoints of other people. Share that. One of the things that we used to do when we were pitching TV outlets really heavily is I'd watch the segment and they'd have another expert on. And that expert may say something that I totally disagree with. Okay. And I would email the producer like, hey, the subject line would be something like, you missed this. Like, I saw you had so-and-so on and it was great. Most of their points I really agree with, but there was one flaw with the argument that was presented. I totally disagree with this. And I'd love to share the other side of that argument with your audience so they can learn A, B, and C. Right? So that's how I would approach it. And also, when you're pitching people and you're talking to them via email, be very comfortable, like, use plain language. I'm a lawyer. I could be like, where art thou, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? I could do that, but why? What I learned, and this may blow some of you all's minds. Let me tell you this. The absolute best lawyers that I've ever worked with in my entire life, these are people doing tens of millions of dollars. They're really good. They've been doing it 30, 40 years. The absolute best lawyers, the brightest minds that I've ever worked with. And to be clear, I've worked with bright people. The brightest minds that I've ever worked with use plain language. When I first started my legal career, I would try to sound smart because I was self-conscious. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm at this big firm. They pay me all this money, child. I got to be smart. I got to sound smart, Lord. They need to know that they did not waste their money. Okay. So I would write these briefs and try to be like really serious and very smart. Like, oh yes, thou's argument is blah, blah, blah. And it was like a lawyer took me to the side and they're like, Ashley, we know you're smart. We see your grades. We know, like, we get it. Top school, top grades, very intelligent presenting lady. What you need to do now is be effective, not performative. Okay. Effective means you need to communicate in the way that the jury and the judge clearly understands your arguments using clear sentences. And once your argument is presented clearly and well, then you need to go back and then you read it for style such that what you're writing is now not just effective, but it's entertaining to read. But that comes after being effective. So sometimes we get caught up in like, oh, we're emailing an important person. Let me make sure it sounds, make it effective. Okay. Make it effective, make it clear, make it concise. And if you can, make it funny, let it be a preview. Let it be a preview to who you are. Let it be a preview to who you are. So if you're funny, if you're engaging, if you are really data heavy, like that needs to come through. And people are looking for that because I'm telling you, when I did my most recent TV feature, first off, it wasn't live. It was pre-recorded. So they were like, if you want, first off, I'm used to doing live TV. I am used to doing live TV. This was one of my first, if not the first time I was on television and it was pre-recorded, meaning we record it one day and it airs a different day. So they could actually stop if I made a mistake. However, they told me right before I went on set, they were like, look, we could stop if you make a mistake, but don't make a mistake because I forgot who it was. It was like a really big movie star was in and his segment was right after mine and he did not have a lot of time. And I was like, oh, no pressure, right? Y'all, I went up there and did that feature, one take. It was great, looked good, no issues. And a part of that was because I'm used to doing live TV where they can't stop it if you make a mistake. All that to say, when you are pitching these media outlets, they want someone who's going to be engaging and who's going to be short and to the point. They want someone who has those qualities. So if you can exhibit those qualities, even in your initial pitch, it's going to be more effective. Okay. Now I wanted to read this story about rejection from the book because I think you all are going to get a lot out of it. Okay. Y'all ready for this? I'm going to give y'all some behind the scenes because some of y'all don't even have the book. So I'm going to read this one little paragraph. This is on page 63 for those of y'all that have it, but let me read this. I remember the first time I was on TV. Motivated by Areva Martin's book, Make It Rain, I pitched a local TV show. Before I pitched them, I started watching the show to get familiar with the anchors and the content they talked about on the show. With that knowledge, I wrote my pitch. I saw your episode on this topic and I'd love to talk to your audience about X, Y, and Z. No response. I pitched them again, no response. Again, no response. I pitched them 2 or 3 more times, and then I was picked to be the legal correspondent on the show. I was so nervous, y'all. If you dig deeply on YouTube, you'll be able to find my first ever TV appearance. I was already thrown off because I had to do my own hair and my own makeup before I went on. It was not like in the movies. No one was waiting to give me full wardrobe and a makeover. I literally thought that was going to happen. Can you believe it? I was totally nervous, but the segment was fine. Speaking on TV is also different from speaking on a stage. Every point you make has to be quick. The producers need sound bites. If you're not prepared, you'll lose focus and start rambling fast. I didn't lose focus. I stayed on topic and the segment was over in what felt like a few seconds. Walking away from the interview, I felt a little bit like how I felt after giving my first corporate presentation. I hadn't failed, but I didn't walk away from the segment feeling like I had done my best. I walked off that set and told myself, if they have me back, I'm going to have so much more fun. I'm going to have my talking points prepared in advance and I'm going to be their go-to expert. Now, all of that stuff happened. All of that happened. I did my first segment. It was okay. Came back, crushed it. Was way more relaxed, way more fun. I prepared in advance. And from then on out, I started pitching differently because I knew more about what they were looking for. And so in my next pitch, I was like, hey, I've already been on TV. I do live segments, no double takes, no mistakes. Check out these features I've already done over here. I'd love to come on and talk to your audience about A, B, and C. I'm really familiar with production and I can be ready in a matter of hours. Because here's the other thing they don't tell you. When you start becoming a consistent expert for a news station, you are on call for that station. So if something were to happen in the legal realm, like there were so many big legal, was Trump president? I feel like I did this when Trump was president. So y'all know it was a heavy news cycle. So the Supreme Court hearing, I would go on. The R. Kelly trial, I would go on. What was another big one? Jussie Smollett, I would go on. And they would sometimes call me with hours beforehand, maybe 10 or 12 hours before I needed to be on set, fully dressed, hair and makeup, ready to go. So if you're prepared for that, if you understand that, there's nothing wrong with adding in a line in your pitches to tell the producers that you are prepared to do what it takes and you understand how it works for them. But that was a segment from the book. Now, in the last portion of that chapter, we do give you a pitch template that you can use. So go ahead, get the book, got to get the book for that. But how do you land these features? You pitch. You don't have to wait for anyone to find you or to think you're brilliant or whatever. Sometimes that happens. And the more you pitch, the more opportunities will come to you. It does get easier. But in the initial stages, you're going to be pitching for these opportunities. You're going to be looking for the name of the producer of the segment, if it's TV, or the editor, if it's print. And you're just going to email them directly, or maybe via LinkedIn or maybe via Twitter. Just email them, engage with their content and let them know that you know what they need and what they're talking about. Okay. So that's how you're going to do it. So definitely keep those things in mind. Now, here's the thing about pitching, you guys. It is an art. Pitching is an art, okay? It's an art, but it's something that you can get better at if you are not already. Writing pitches is a skill. You can get better at it if you aren't already good at that. So we are hosting a Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge, folks. Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge, where I will be unveiling how we pitch clients and how we've helped our clients pitch clients, okay? So if you are on... Here's where you can go to register, pitchyourwaytocash.com. Go to pitchyourwaytocash.com and you'll be able to register for the next free Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge. But if you're watching this and you're like, man, this girl's good. She probably got some extra saucy tips that she's not going to give away for free. You're right. I do. You should make sure you're in the VIP room. So every time we do a free challenge, we have 2 rooms. We have the general admission folks who join via our Facebook group. But then, y'all, we got something called the VIP room. The VIP room is for those who elect VIP admission into the challenge when they are at checkout. It's not a lot. I think currently the rate is $47. It's nominal. Come on. So you pay the $47, you get in the VIP room and you get something. Drum roll. I gotta get some sound effects. I'm gonna level this up and get some sound effects. You get the Pitch Your Way to Cash playbook, which actually includes 10 pitches. What? 10 pitches that you can use to start pitching for your own contracts right then and there. If you don't know how to create opportunities for yourself, if you don't know how to pitch right now, you need to start doing that. That is incredibly important because if you're comfortable telling people who you are and reaching out directly and pitching for your own business, you don't ever have to worry about what will I do if business gets slow? You'll know what to do when business gets slow. You will pitch, you will put yourself out there, you will leverage things like the press and sales principles to ensure that your pipeline does not go away. So DM, if you're on Instagram only, DM me the word challenge and I can send you the link. Everyone else, just go to pitchyourwaytocash.com and that will help you to register for the Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge. Okay. And you'll want to be in there. It's a 3-day challenge. And for those of you who are like, what is a challenge? I've never heard this language used before. What you will do, here's how the challenge works. 3 days, register for free at pitchyourwaytocash.com. On day 1, we're going to be covering who you should be targeting, finding your wealthy audience. On day 2, we're going to be covering how to pitch via LinkedIn. On day 3, we'll cover how to take that conversation from LinkedIn to email, from email to call. That's going to be incredibly important. And a challenge is basically a series of online trainings. It's in the evening each night, a series of online trainings that leads you to a desired result. At the end of each training, we're going to challenge you in real time to take action. People actually pitch contracts during this challenge. What? And last challenge, we had several people land paid contracts during the challenge. Like 3 days. Most of you have been working on your craft for years. What's 3 days going to do? It could do a lot if you let it, you know what I'm saying? So definitely wanted to make sure that that was available to you guys and you all knew about that. It is here. The Speak Your Way to Cash book is now available for you to purchase. Go to Amazon to get your audio, Kindle, or hardcover copy of the book. And we have a paperback copy, okay? So you can get it on Audible and listen to it. And I read it myself. So if you love the podcast, you will love the audiobook. Go get it now. Speak Your Way to Cash, how to start at the top of the speaking market instead of working your way up from the bottom. A bit about the book. It's broken down into 6 parts and it is over 260 pages of goodness, okay? Part 1 covers mindset. Part 2 covers getting yourself in the press. Part 3 covers assembling your 6-figure offer. Part 4 covers inviting people to work with you, sales. Part 5 covers delivering an outstanding speech. And Part 6 covers legalities that every speaker needs and how to build a team. I mean, literally, what did we leave out? Nothing. So go to Amazon and grab your copy today. And let me know you did it too. How many months would you suggest before pitching for press? How many months of what? Clarify this question. How many months of what? So if you are, let's say you're just starting your business and you're trying to figure out if you should be pitching for press right out the gate. Yes, you just need an angle. And this is why having a coach that thinks strategically is really important. So if you're brand new to business, the way you pitch will be based on the experience you gained in corporate. If you've already had success in business, then what you pitch will be based on the current success you're having in business. But in any event, your pitch strategy needs to tell them how you can add value to their audience. The biggest mistake I see when people pitch is they make it all about them. The first paragraph is all about like, hey, here's my bio. I have a degree and I know some stuff. And they're like, so we don't care. You know what I mean? So like in the beginning, I try to prove through what I say in the email that'll benefit their audience that I'm who they should be working with. I don't give them my whole bio right out the gate. So my pitches typically start like, hey, Sarah, saw your segment on blank and it gave me this cool idea. I'd love to come on and talk to your audience about bullet 1, bullet 2, bullet 3. By the way, if you want to learn more about me, I am a blank time award-winning blah, 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 who's also been featured in Forbes recently. I'll link to the article here, but happy to chat via phone. Here's my cell. Really short and simple. And I include my cell phone number in press features because I've literally gotten like calls from producers a couple days before a segment. Hey, Ash, can you come in and do this, that, and the other? The other thing with all of this, pitching for corporate clients, pitching for the press, pitching, whatever. People hate switching vendors if you're good. So if you are good, people are going to want to come back to you and work with you. So all you got to do that first time is just be really clear about what you're going to do. Just be good that first time. And they'll come back. They'll keep working with you and let them know that you're willing to continue to work with them. Now, if the question is about how many months did it take to pitch press before you land press, it varies. So like that first feature took a while, maybe like several months before I got on. That other feature I told you all about, it took a year. But then I've also done like last March for Women's History Month, I sent out a pitch on like a Wednesday night and I did it live showing my Speak Your Way to Cash Academy clients how I pitch for the press. And within days, I had 2 television features up. We were on TV this year twice. The Rhodes show based out of Rhode Island. And then we also did the Chicago Today show as well. And it didn't take long to get those pitches. Another really good question. Hey, I own a special education tutoring service and special education advocate. I'm passionate about both realms. Do I incorporate both fields as one master niche? Really good question. You can do two things. You can't do two things, but when you're pitching someone to work with them, you may want to pitch one thing at a time. And if you have to explain your background, you need a narrative, a story that is so clear and concise that it all makes sense. I'll give you an example. I'm a lawyer by trade, went to law school, worked at a large law firm, started my own law firm, and then started Speak Your Way to Cash, the coaching company. For some people, they're like, oh my goodness, Ashley, you do so many things. How do you do both? How does it relate? Blah, blah, blah. Here's the story that goes along with that. When I first left corporate to start my own law firm, speakers, authors, and influencers were coming to me to draft their contracts that they had with corporations and big brands. One of them came to me and wanted me to draft a contract. And I was like, look, I'll draft this, but let me renegotiate it first because the terms ain't terming. Okay. That's not even a thing. But the terms weren't terming. Okay. So when I renegotiated this deal, I actually ended up getting her tens of thousands of additional dollars in revenue. So of course, word spread, had another speaker come to me. I was able to negotiate over 6 figures in additional licensing revenue for her contract. Another speaker came to me. I renegotiated her deal. It went from like 10 grand to over 30 grand, renegotiated the contract. So that's like when I started seeing, okay, I'm renegotiating all these contracts, I'm rewriting these deals. What I'm really doing is restructuring these speakers' offers, but I'm doing it under the guise of me being their lawyer. My husband, very astutely, very brilliantly, that man is just, oh gosh, don't get me talking about him. So my husband's awesome. He was like, Ashley, this isn't even legal services. What lawyer you know getting their clients all these extra hundreds of thousands of dollars? You're really acting in a more of an agent capacity, and it's because of your business acumen. You need a whole nother company to house this. So Speak Your Way to Cash was born because on the one hand, I was renegotiating all these contracts for speaking clients, restructuring their deals, teaching them how to repitch engagements they had already pitched to get more money. And on the other hand, we were sending out our own pitches and they were getting accepted for our own corporate clients and speaking clients as well. So you see how like that story explains why like I'm a lawyer, but I had this other thing that I was doing as a lawyer and it transitioned into being like, you just need to it all needs to make sense. That said, when I was actively accepting legal clients and actively accepting speaking coaching clients, I did not show my left hand what the right hand is doing. Is that the phrase? Like literally, my legal clients didn't all know that I had this whole speaking business. They didn't know. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't relevant to them. And before someone gives you money, you want them focused on getting to the invoice and paying it. You do not want them thinking about, oh, is she a lawyer? Is she a speaker? Is she a this? Is she a that? Too confusing. Keep it real clear, real simple. Okay. So if you're going to share what you do, there should be a very clear and concise story behind why you do it. I'll give you another example. My speaking clients, they're like, okay, she's a lawyer. My corporate clients who we do some speaking for, we go in and re-engage with their teams. Oh, she's a lawyer, but then she's also a speaking coach. And then she does this, she does that. How does it all relate? Well, when I was a corporate attorney, I represented companies in employment discrimination lawsuits. Now, as a speaker, I come into your organization and help you to hopefully avoid litigation by having a better workplace. You see how that story, clear, concise, easy. So depending on who I'm talking to or who I'm dealing with, the story I give them about my past will be relevant to them. All of it's true, but you need to focus your effort so that you're communicating really clearly and really concisely if you do multiple things. Now, what we're doing, I'm gonna give y'all some behind the scenes about what we got going on. Because your girl is cutting the fat. All right. What we are doing now is we are getting more granular and getting more specific in our offerings, and we're cutting offerings left and right. It's gradual though. And when I say that, I mean, I am determining that I'm cutting some offerings based upon one, what I love to do and what I love learning about. Why does that matter? I personally believe when you no longer desire to learn about something and get better at it, you should no longer be offering it as a service. Peep that. If I don't desire to continue to grow as a speaker, to continue to grow as a coach, to continue to grow as an executive trainer, there's no reason for me to keep, like, you can't offer something that you're not ready to continue to grow and develop in. Okay. That's just how you stay in integrity. Like, you want to be giving people the best, and you can't give them the best if you're not learning. all the time about the thing that you're producing and that you're offering in the marketplace. So what do I like? What am I willing to continue to learn about? And then 2, how can we clarify our positioning in the marketplace and make it so that we're known for one or 2 things almost exclusively? And what we really do for our coaching clients is we teach them how to sell. To large clients. That's what we do. So what we're going to start clarifying in the marketplace is like, we teach sales. Like that's essentially it. It's going to really just narrow down to that. That'll be the only thing. And so that's how we're going to shake and move, because that's what we do. That's what we do really well. And that's what I love to do. And that's what I enjoy doing, communication strategies. So you'll figure it out. But that was a long answer to a short question. To conclude, whatever your client needs at that time, that's going to be what you present to them. Don't present to them if you have a baking business, don't present to them that you have notary services. Like, keep it really singular, because people don't have the attention span and they don't really care enough to give you the time and energy that it takes to decipher who you are and what you do. You need a really clear, concise message. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you guys. If you don't already have the Speak Your Way to Cash book, you should get it. It's literally incredible. We just had someone email us today saying they landed a $7,000 international keynote or something like that after reading the book. So, what can I say? People are making money and taking names, and I love it. If you are not or have not already left a review for the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, and you are an avid listener, or you've watched this live and you've enjoyed it, please leave us a review on the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast. But to recap, guys, we talked about the role of press in your business, why you should get press in your business. It gives you visibility, credibility, and leverage. And the way that you get press is by pitching. Tell them who you are. Okay. If you don't remember anything else from this live, remember this. Tell them who you are. Okay. You don't have to wait for people to recognize it. I mean, they'll catch on, but why? Just tell them who you are. Okay. People are busy. They need to see you multiple times in multiple different lights. They like seeing what you have going on. People really will support your business if they know what it is. I'm so excited. Someone said you've helped me tremendously. I'm forever grateful. Thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed this live. If you did, do me a favor. It won't cost you a thing. Share it with 3 people. You can either tag them in the comments or just DM it to them. I'm going to leave it up on Instagram as well. So just share this live out. And as an announcement, I have 2 announcements, 2 juicy announcements. Woo! Okay. These are juicy. So lean in, y'all. Juicy announcement number 1 is we're doing the Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge. You have to get your ticket. It's literally free if you go to pitchyourwaytocash.com. Now, if you're like me and you don't like sitting in the cheap seats in the back, get you a VIP ticket and secure your VIP seat. It will not break the bank. It's under $50. It's nominal, $47. Like, what? And you get a whole pitch playbook. That's the juicy announcement number 1. So to do that, go to pitchyourwaytocash.com. But here's the real juicy announcement. I want to see who we have on here. If you are a revenue generating business, like your business is already making money, or you're a speaker who already makes money in their business, or you have a full-time job where you're already doing well, drop me in the chat. Do we have any of those folks on here? Any of those folks, like you got your degrees, you're already doing well in business, your business is making some money, you feel stable, but you are looking to go to the next level. If that's you, drop me in the chat. I just want to see who's here. And for my podcast listeners, there's no chat. So just say me privately in your head, then send me an email. Okay. So I'm seeing some me's. Here's what I'm doing, y'all. Here's what I'm doing. I've never done this before. Oh my God. This is so juicy. I'm like, I can't even believe I'm announcing it right now. Because I wasn't going to wait to announce it on the 31st. I'm announcing it right now. Ooh, okay. We are doing a group VIP experience, where we will, for one day, it's one day in full, in person in Chicago. It'll be the second weekend in June, the second Saturday in June, at my favorite hotel, which is the Peninsula Chicago. It's as posh as it gets, okay? We're doing a one-day group VIP day. We only have 5 spots. They're going to go fast. They may go before I announce it on the challenge, and we have 3,000 people registered for the challenge. I mean, it was like 2,800 and something, but chop it up to 3,000 people. We still have 8 days. We're going to have 3,000 people register. We're doing a group VIP day in the Peninsula. It is by application only. If you want the application, drop apply. Let me be clear. This is a $10,000 experience. It's $10,000 and it's all day. And what we're going to do is take you by the hand, and we're going to build out your sales plan and teach you 7-figure sales principles. We're talking about corporate sales principles, the principles that you need to land a corporate client. We'll go through your sales plan, your sales messaging, and we will do it while sitting on a high floor at the Peninsula Chicago in person. Okay. in person. So if you would like to attend that in person, now if you can't attend in person and you're like, I can't attend in person, but I'd love to stream in virtually and I still want one of the spots, we can arrange for you to stream in. But the in-person experience is great. We'll have breakfast and lunch. We'll do the whole 9. It's super nice. And if you've never been to my favorite hotel, then you're gonna love it. But I'm excited. So we only have 5 spots. They're gonna go fast. And let me tell you why I did this. Because there's some people who are like, I really want to do a VIP day with you, but I don't have the 25 grand to make it happen. So we're like, okay, we'll do a group VIP day. It'll be very intimate and small, and you will still have to apply. The qualification is not that you have the $10,000. It's that you are the right fit. I want to work with people who ideally have already, we're only working on people who've already had some success in their lives and in their businesses, but just want to take it to the next level in order to sell to corporations. So if you want the application, DM me the word apply or drop apply in the chat if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn or anything, and I will make sure that we send it to you once it's ready to go. And then it'll just be first come, first serve, whoever gets it first. And I haven't announced it to my email list yet, but I will. But that is going to be good, okay? That is going to be so good. I'm so excited about it. So let me know if you're interested in that so you can get the application and we can find out if you're a good fit and see if you're qualified to attend this group VIP day. It is going to be fabulous top to bottom. I cannot even wait for what we'll experience. And we really lay it out. But it's private. So we don't have it's not a landing page situation. We're not promoting it to the public. We're letting a few people know who may be good fit. So it is a $10,000 group VIP day at the Peninsula Chicago, which is the best hotel. Definitely the best hotel in Chicago. We haven't been to every hotel in the world, but we've been to a lot of them. It's a really good hotel. So we're going to do it there. I'm going to bring you guys where I go all the time. You're going to meet my friends there. And then we are going to just talk sales for the entire day. Starts off with the sales training, and then we're going to develop your individual sales plan. You'll have a pre-call one-on-one, and we may even add in a group post call for the folks who qualify for this experience as well. But you'll definitely have a one-on-one pre-call, and we will make sure that you're ready to go so we can have your sales plan ready, and you'll be able to implement that plan on the next day. Right after you leave, you will be able to implement that plan. So we want to make sure that we're giving you all something that you can implement. And look at this free live. This free live was bomb. Imagine coming in person, kicking it with me at the Peninsula, and we're in the right time and space to just really plan out your sales strategy. That is going to be next level. So that we've never done it before in terms of allowing a group VIP day experience. We've always only done them one-to-one, but we're like, all right, we'll do one. We will do one of these this year. And I don't know if we'll do another one, but we will do one of these this year. We will take 5 people, because we already have our group in our academy who gets special treatment. So we will take 5 people. It is a $10,000 investment. You absolutely have to apply. You can't just send me the money. You have to apply, and we have to make sure that you qualify to be in the room, because the other value of doing something like this, coming in person, connecting on this level, is that you get to meet the other people in the room who are also incredibly talented speakers, incredibly talented entrepreneurs, incredibly talented folks. So I'm just so excited about it. And it'll be small enough where I'll be able to answer everyone's questions, talk to every single person, see all of your pre-work, and really get to know your business on an intimate level. Whereas in a big group setting, or even at our largest event, we won't be able to take that one-on-one time. So it'll be a group VIP day experience, and I'm so excited about it. We've never done it before. So I'm seeing some applies over here. I will get that application to you, but it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So that was our second juicy announcement. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast. My name's Ashley Kirkwood. At Speak Your Way to Cash, we help speakers, authors, thought leaders, and experts to land 5- and 6-figure corporate speaking contracts and licensing deals by leveraging the power of a consistent, solid sales strategy. So if you are someone who's in there, who wants to do that, who wants to elevate your sales experience, you want to have large corporate clients to diversify your revenue stream, you want to get paid well to speak, and you just want to elevate your confidence and believe in yourself on a deeper level, which, trust me, that is the biggest win of all, then you need to be joining us at our upcoming Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge. You can go to pitchyourwaytocash.com. We also do an annual live event called Speak Your Way to Cash. 100 seats have already been sold, y'all. And the event is in November. That event is going to sell out. So if you're like, okay, I need more of this, I need to come to your event, learn more about the Speak Your Way to Cash community and family, and see what all the hype is about. It's our 7th event. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th event. So we are not new to this. We're true to this, and we get better every single year. One promise I can always make to my clients is I'm going to grow. I'm going to grow, period. my whole life just says I'm going to grow. And the ones who take action, y'all are going to grow too. Like y'all are going to grow too. So don't think I can wait till next year. I could just hold off. I don't know. What's the cost? Like, don't just think about the cost. Think about the return on everything. And if you're on the fence, if you're like, yeah, sounds good, but I don't know if this girl's the real deal. Like, can she really help me out? Like, is she legit? Like, what's going on? It's so many gurus on the marketplace, which is funny to me. If you're curious, you're like, is she really, like, is this real? Is this legit? Just come to our free Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge. That's why we have it, so that people can get a taste of how we teach and see whether our value systems are in alignment. I'm not going to like drag you to your next level. I would love to help you get there, but that's a decision that you have to make. We are really good at what we do, have a ton of case studies and testimonials from our clients who have been winning with our strategies. And if that's something that you want and you desire, then we're here for you. And if not, then just listen to the free podcast and live your life. But if you're ready to invest to get to the next level so that you can take it more seriously, then we have a lot of different ways for you to do that. So the Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge the next one starts the end of this month, May 31st. And you can go to pitchyourwaytocash.com. That's pitch, PITCH, yourwaytocash.com and sign up, or on Instagram, DM me the word challenge, and we will make sure that you get the link to register. But just go to pitchyourwaytocash.com to sign up for that. And if you are interested in our exclusive private group VIP day experience, where we're going to be building out your sales strategy and teaching you the fundamental sales principles that you need to grow, then just drop an apply in the chat or DM me the word apply, and I'll send you the application to see if you qualify for that. But that's all I got for y'all today. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. If you have questions about anything, please reach out. You can always email us at hello@speakyourwaytocash.com or DM us and someone will get back to you. But the quickest way is email. And if you listen to the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, got any value out of this, share it with 3 people so we can keep spreading the word and helping people change their lives, because that's the goal. All right. Talk to you guys later. All right. Wasn't that interview amazing? If you're anything like me, you have pages full of notes. But here's the thing. Before you head out, I want you to go to facebook.com and join the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group. That is where I am. That's where a ton of other speakers are, a ton of other people who listen to the show. We all congregate there and chat. And it's 100% free. Now, if you're ready to take your speaking career to the next level, I have 2 ways for you to do that. One, you can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com/SYWTC live replay and pick up the live replay. That training is 7 modules, chock full of information. It's crazy. Go over there, read all about it. Or if you want a more personal experience, you already know that you want to be a speaker. You're ready to fully commit and you want someone to walk you through it and save you tons of time Googling and doing it on your own, then book a VIP day with me. You can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com, scroll down until you see the VIP day section and get more information on that there. All right. Thank you guys again for watching. Please do not forget to leave us a review. That is how we keep this train rolling and get some of the best speakers in the world to get on this show. So please, please, please leave a review. Shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and Facebook in the Speak Your Way to Cash group, Instagram at the Ashley Nicole Show. And I'd be more than happy to chat with you and say hi. All right, y'all have an awesome, awesome day.